What's going on YouTube? This is another YouTube video, but different because we're going over pop3s and CSMTPS protocol configurations and hardening today. My name is Christopher Bridges. Let's get started. Okay, so basically, before we even get started with recommendations for pop3s protocol and configurations and all that, we first need to just go over the overview. So the definition would be that it is a secure method for retrieving email from a mail server. It is an encrypted version of the standard POP3 protocol using SSL TLS to protect data during transfer. The key features are very important. Port 995 is one of them. SSL encryption is one of them, and secure authentication is another one. POP operates on port 995 to detect secure email retrieval. As far as the encryption, it ensures that all email content and login credentials are encrypted, preventing unauthorized access. And then authentication, it protects the username and password during login, ensuring secure access to the mail server. Now, how it works is for the connection, the client connects to the mail server on port 995. As far as the login, username and password is transmitted securely via SSL and TLS. Email retrieval, emails are downloaded securely to the client, and then the termination, the secure connection is closed once the email retrieval is complete. Now, the benefit of it would be that the security, the encryption protects email data from encryption or evas dropping. The privacy is very important as well. It ensures confidentiality of sensitive information, and it also meets security standards and privacy regulations like GDPR. The limitations are very important as well. No synchronization, which means emails are stored locally and not sent across devices. And then the offline access, best for users who need offline access to emails. All right, next we're talking about the configuring pop3s using devcode on Linux. Step one, obviously to install devcode, you want to use this code right here, the sudo install devcode. All right, and then step two, you want to enable the SSL in devcode. So you want to use the edit code that you see here. This will edit the code and enable the SSL inside the dev code. For step three, you want to enable pop3 service. So you also want to use a code that edits it as well, and this will get the job done as far as enabling the pop3 service. And then for step four, you want to restart devcode. So you want to use the sudo and then restart devcode code to restart devcode. That way it restarts. The hardening recommendations for pop3s would be to use strong SSL sapphires by using this code right here. Next, you want to disable the plain text authentication by using the code right here. This ensures that authentication uses secure mechanisms by editing. And then also you want to use the IP restriction and firewall as well to configure firewall rules to allow only trusted IP to access the port 995. Okay, so the overview of SMTPS protocol, what is it? So the SMTPS protocol would be that is the secure version of the SMTP for one, and is used for sending emails. It uses encryption, typically port 465, which is the default port. And as far as the secure communication, ensures emails are securely sent over a encrypted connection. Configuring SMTPS using ISS IIS on Windows. Step one, you want to install the IIS server. By installing the SP server featuring via Server Manager, this will help get everything started. Step two will be to configure SSL on SMTP server. This opens the manager and configures SSL from STP. Um, Next, you want through the step two, you want to bend SSL to port 465 and then upload a valid SSL certificate. Um, Step three, you want to enable SMTPS. This ensures that SMTP server listens on port 465 and is set to use SSL. Hardening recommendations for SMTPS on IIS. This limits access to specific addresses, only allowing trusted clients to connect to the SMTP service by configuring IP restrictions. It also disables unnecessary SMP features like disabling features like relaying for authenticated users to prevent misuse. It also uses stronger authentication methods like ensuring SMTP authentication using strong methods like NTLM or CRAM MD5. Next would be we're going to talk about configuring SMTPS using uh, postfix on Linux. Step one, you want to install the postfix first by using this code right here, the sudo app getting installed postfix. Step two, you want to enable the SMTPS in postfix by using the edit, as you see from the code down below. And then step three would be to restart postfix by using sudo system restart postfix. The hardening recommendations for STP on postfix, there's a couple of them. Number one would be that to disable TLS 1.0 and 1.1. This configures postfix to support only modern versions of TLS like 1.2 and 1.3, and to add this code as well to make sure it happens. Number two would be to enforce strong TLS sapphires by configuring postfix to use strong sapphires. You want to use this code here down below. And then as far as number three goes, you want to limit the authentication to secure methods. This ensures only secure authentication methods are allowed. So you want to use this code down below as well to make sure that this happens as well. Okay, so we got a bunch of different comparisons when it comes to POP3s and SMTPS. Number one, the purpose of it. POP and then SM. POP uses for retrieving emails to a client server, while SM sends emails securely from a client to the server. Number two would be default ports. POP uses 995 and SM uses 465. Number three will be encryption. POP uses SSL and TLS to retrieve emails through encryption, while SM uses or SM sends emails through encryption. Number four will be authentication. POP requires username password for authentication secured with encryption, while SM uses authentication for sending emails securely. Number five would be server configuration. POP configures on servers like DevQuote or Exchange to listen on port 995, and then SM configures on servers like Postfix or ISS to listen on port 465. Number six would be use cases. POP ideal for retrieving emails to a client and accessing them offline. SM ideal for sending emails securely to other servers or clients. And then number seven, security considerations. Both protocols should have SS properly configured and use strong softwares to prevent um, EVAs dropping. So lab configuration, verification. In order to test the configuration um, with IMAP, you want to test the configuration with IMAP to ensure both protocols are listening on the respective secure ports. So that means POP once again on 995 and then SM on 465 by using this code here. And then you also want to check for firewall settings as well. This ensures firewall rules are allow access to these ports, which is very important because we need these ports um, to um, test the configuration. Okay, so we're at the conclusion now of the PowerPoint. Um, Basically, just going over 3 key points of this entire PowerPoint, which would be to secure email protocols like POP and SM are essential for protecting email communication. Very important as we went through this PowerPoint that, testing and just making sure that everything runs with both these protocols are very, very important. Making sure that port 995 and 465 are tested and running. Proper configuration and hardening are crucial to ensure security is also very important. And always use strong softwares, disable plain text authentication, and restrict access by IP is also important as well. All right. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you guys in the next video.